Yeah, stream's just ended now. I mean, well, you've obviously just ended it, but yeah. Sure, I think we were pretty much wrapping up at that point, but it's
Okay,
just
we're
annoying.
we're back on, but on a different link. So I'm gonna have to redistribute, and also we need to know um where exactly we left off. But that does I guess it doesn't matter. I guess the point is made. Um, Let me just go to Facebook. Um, and replace the link. Save. And then let's hope that Tammy can get back to us as well. Um, yeah, that's pretty shit. Not sure what
Yeah,
happened there. Literally,
that's
it
annoying.
like I just looked over to my monitoring screen, and literally it just said playback error. Like
Yeah,
there was an error. We're not quite sure. Tammy, where did you lose us?
yeah. What was the last thing we were talking about? Just then, literally the last thing, the last sentence spoken word for word.
Exactly. I need to know because otherwise I cannot proceed with my story. I mean, I don't really have to proceed with the story because the point's kind of already made.
Yeah, I think because we've talked about just bad cinema experiences and just how it can kind of make you lose faith in humanity, as it were.
Rome was going to the cinema in Germany. Yeah, so I went to the cinema. I watched the World's End with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. I liked the film, but a couple of other people in my class were a little bit rowdy. Um, Nothing like I'll be honest, nothing too bad like compared to other situations, but like it was still too bad that they couldn't just like sit still and appreciate the film because I think they didn't really particularly care to watch. Um,
Yeah,
which is too bad as well because we watched quite a few films in class as well, and I don't think they liked any of them, even though there were actually really cool films that I would not have watched on my own.
yeah. I think the issue is thinking about class trips and watching films and watching plays and so on. I think the issue is and why a lot of them generally end up not being well behaved is because a lot of them just don't want to
Yeah,
like
and
watch it or go and see it, and therefore they're kind of like, well, I don't want to be here, so why should I behave?
I
Kind of
think people should be
mentality.
provided an option like that.
Yeah, I think there should be an option where it's like, if you don't want to go, we'll find something else for you guys to do instead.
Yeah, and it's
I
not
think
gonna
the only time, yeah,
go on.
no, I was just about to say, I think the only times where you can't realistically do that is when you're going on a proper school. Well, not even then, like, because even then you were still given options at my school. Like, if you couldn't make it on the day or whatever, it's like, well, you could just stay home. Realistically, that was it, pretty much.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I mean, I think the whole point of like being in Berlin is like you're there now. Like you're not gonna sit around the hostel for like the entire
yeah,
evening while people are out. But then on the flip side, it's like, well, you're not gonna be in a hostel, so where are you gonna be? On the streets of Berlin?
yeah,
No, no sane teacher would allow that. It's
yeah,
just because I had already like proven my stupid maturity um at the time that people were like, yeah, you can do whatever. Like you're not into drugs and alcohol that much. You're a good boy. And it's like, yes,
yeah,
I don't like alcohol. You are correct. Now give
yeah.
me alcohol. But like
That's
they knew that like when I drink, it's just to have like a drink. It's not to like get
get
inebriated or
wasted.
anything.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Time
that was part of the issue. Like a lot of school kids, that if they're given the choice to have a drink, they like as an invitation, like, oh, we can get wasted because that's what all cool people do. It's like,
yeah.
no, what it means at all. Anyway,
Tammy says, thinking back to school trips, I would always separate myself from people so I could enjoy stuff in peace. I was much the same, to be honest with you.
I was very similar. I mean,
Because
I went on a lot of school trips just so I could go with my friends because I like spending time with my friends. But I was very lucky in the sense that a lot of my friends actually were interested in the stuff that we went on to look at, so we looked at it quite interestingly.
yeah, I didn't really have that, to be honest with you. Most school trips are basically like I think most of the school trips that I went on was exactly in those like either intermediate moments where I didn't really have friends in the class,
Yeah.
so it was a bit shitty like that. But there were a couple of trips that were really good, just nothing like going visiting places or to the cinema or stuff like that where we have to like follow a guided tour or like a storytelling experience or anything like that. I will say I did go to Germany again, but Southeast Germany, um, about 6 years ago, just over 6 years ago now, with four of my closest friends, and we didn't go to the cinema as such, but we did go to like the area around. We had to like make up our own activities, obviously, and that was really good
Yeah.
because we actually kind of like considered each other's ideas of like what we want to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I don't think the school ever took us to the cinema. The theater, though, we did loads of times. For me, it kind of depended. I think there were a
Yeah.
couple of times that I went to the cinema. To the theater, yes, but that was because I was in a drama class. I don't think we actually. There wasn't a couple of occasions when we went to the theater, but it wasn't any good because Dutch theater is just not very good. Like
Yeah. I think
I
it's the
know I'll get
same for
shunned
me.
by a large part of the Dutch population for saying that because they're proud as fuck of it, but it's not good. It's just a
All theater communities
woman
are
shows
proud
tits and cries, and that's pretty much your entire play right there.
because we went to see two plays when I was in school. But before, once again, for drama class, we went to see Warhorse,
Nice.
which was actually really, really good. And then we went to see another one. I can't remember the name of. It
I've
was
seen
decent,
Warhorse
but
actually. That was really cool.
not as good as Warhorse. Warhorse actually really
Yeah,
fascinated me and made me go, "Wow, this is actually really
yeah.
good."
I remember. I think I've seen Warhorse. That was pretty awesome. I liked it better than the film even.
Yeah, yeah. Also,
Went
to be
to the
fair, come to
theater.
think of it, we should actually probably try one day and all go to the theater together and
That'd be
see a
awesome.
proper
Yeah.
play.
I mean, it is somewhat expensive. I will
That
agree
is
to
the only
that.
thing that I thought of. The only reason we don't is because it is way too fucking expensive.
Wrong horseplay. Whoops. It is, but there are. I mean, the thing is, in London, it's mostly musicals, isn't it? Like that's like the biggest.
It depends. You like the biggest ones are musicals, yeah, but you can find other ones. Because I remember I went to see another play with my parents, like I think about a couple of years ago, and it had
Okay.
Natalie Dormer in it,
Oh,
who
that's cool.
from she was in Game of Thrones, and it was actually a really interesting film that just had I think two cast members. Not
Yeah.
interesting film, play, god damn it, but had two cast members. But yeah,
Well, actually, one of the things that I did find quite cool. Also, I said that, but I completely misspoke because I forgot that National Theatre is based here. Um, I remember that in the Netherlands, if we go see a musical, then it has to be Lion King. I've already seen it, and I think the experience that I had um is impossible to recreate. Where one of the bushes got stuck in the sky, and they were like, "Oh shit! I guess we got a technical difficulty." But not until they finished the scene. Um, there are musicals that I want to see though. I will admit. Um, but we'll get to that.
yeah,
National Theatre had this initiative where they actually they actually live streamed the plays that they did
yeah,
and recorded. And it's not to any website or anything. You had to go to particular cinemas to go watch it. Right.
yeah, yeah,
So for me and a friend of mine, it was a cinema in Amsterdam. It was like a Pathé theater, and so we
yeah.
went there and we watched like a couple of plays in there. I remember there was Coriolanus with Tom Hiddleston. There
Okay.
was Richard III with David Tennant,
Yeah.
and then one of my favorites was Frankenstein with Benedict Cumberbatch and what's his face,
Oh,
Johnny Johnny Lee something, the other guy who played the American version of Sherlock Holmes. Um, in the TV
okay.
show, because
Yeah.
basically that one was really cool because on one night one of them played the doctor and the other one played the monster, and the next night it was reversed. So they played the other role, and so it was really
Interesting.
funny to see how they would like. Ron, I think you would like the Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Uh, Surprisingly, I have actually read the book, and I really did like the book.
There you go. We should probably
So
then go see the play.
I will say I was forced to read the book for English class,
Uh,
but I did like the book a lot.
fair enough.
So I will probably watch it. In terms of musicals, though, I want to see Book of Mormon because I've been told it's really good,
Okay.
and I also want to see the producers because I just want to see what it's like as a musical. You read the book too? Nice.
Oh, all right. What
That was
time?
it's one of the better books about autism. It's 8:25.
8:30. 8:20. 8:26. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think we're close to wrapping now. Anyway,
Oh, I read it for
propose.
fun and it was no fun. Well, I will not go see Book of Mormons with you. Sorry. Okay. That's fine. To be fair, Book of Mormons is only really interesting if you like South Park, because apparently it's that kind of like humor. Although I will say, family members of mine have said that it's quite good, and there's no way that they've watched South Park. The producers
Fair
I
enough.
would go see. Well, there you go. I'm happy with the producers. I
We'll,
love both films.
we'll find something anyway, at
Yeah.
the very least. Yeah.
Actually, I'm almost willing to say the remake, with Matthew Broderick was arguably better than the original. I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying that it arguably might be. I don't want to be one of those people, but I just love like this song pretty much at the beginning where they go unhappy, unhappy. Um. Anyway, yeah. So do you wanna call it there? I don't
Yeah.
have a huge amount of other things that.
No, I think we covered the stuff that we kind of really want to talk about at the very least, and some stuff that we didn't think of, like
Yeah.
plays apparently.
Do we want to
But
talk about Blizzard, or is that not?
that's for another day. I think.
That's for
I
another
think.
day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
After
Well,
our ranting
cliffhanger.
about
Cliffhanger.
cinema goes, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
this is
we'll end
for
up with
a game
cliffhanger about
centered.
Blizzard. Yeah. We'll end it here, guys. Though.
Yeah, but
Hope
thank you
you
very much.
enjoyed. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. It
I
happens from
still don't
time
know
to
what
time.
happened. I'm not gonna look into it. Um,
I will not look into it. So when it happens again, it's not my fault because
no,
I
do you know
didn't
what?
figure out how to solve it.
I don't think it will happen again in a way that I can control it because I think it's just a glitch on the YouTube's end,
Yeah, it
and
probably
it
was.
will happen occasionally. I think I don't know what it is, but like even like the stable version of OBS, um, like it doesn't always hold up. I guess
Uh,
the only other thing that is left for us to say is a very interesting thing indeed. For we will be talking again later on in the week. In fact, on Sunday, for we have been invited on the Death Station podcast, which is not here. It's going to be on Twitch.
yeah,
It's going to be on the Death Station on Twitch. It's going to be with
we'll post the link for it.
we'll
No
post a
problem.
link, but it's going to be with Death Blooms and Darcy and the Magician, two very nice people.
Yeah.
Who really like playing Cards Against Humanity. So, and I also still refer to that one clip where apparently we made a lot of jokes about Trump and the China Wall.
Of course.
Good
Of
times.
course.
Anyway, so be sure to check that out. There will be laughs. There will be goofs. And
Sure.
we will see you next time.
See you next
Take
time,
care.
guys. Have a good one.